Are you okay being afraid? Because fear isn't the problem. Fear is going to happen. It's a natural emotion here to protect us. The problem is avoiding fear. Welcome to The Mindful Agent, where real estate success meets health, mindfulness, and personal growth. Join me, Michael Coxen, top performing agent and broker owner of Magenta Real Estate, as I explore the intersection of wellness and business excellence, helping you thrive in both real estate and life. I want to talk about something that comes up every January: New Year's resolutions. And I'll just say this up front: I don't really believe in them. Not because change isn't important, but because tying change to a date in the calendar often becomes the perfect excuse not to act. I don't make resolutions once a year. I make resolutions constantly. Whenever I'm called toward growth or towards change, whenever something feels off, whenever I realize this version of me isn't aligned anymore, that's when I decide. Not January 1st, not next month, not after I've planned it perfectly. Recently, a small example for you guys that showed up for me with sauna. My brother and my brother in law started doing dry sauna regularly. I trust them. They're intentional people. They care about their health. So I listened. Then I read. I listened to podcasts. And I paid attention to how it might help me, my health, my nervous system, my recovery, my ulcerative colitis, my training, my goals. And at a certain point, something clicked. I didn't say, I'll start next month on January 1st. I didn't wait for a Monday or a weekend. I didn't over optimize. I packed my gym bag and I went that day. That's it. That's how change actually happens. Not when you're ready, but when you decide. Because here's the truth we don't like to admit: you'll never feel ready. Ready is not a place and time, ready is a mindset. And most people don't procrastinate because they're lazy. They procrastinate because they're afraid. Afraid it'll be hard. Afraid it'll be hot and sweaty. Afraid it'll hurt. Afraid they'll fail publicly. Afraid they'll start and stop and consider that a failure. So let me ask you something honestly. Are you okay being afraid? Because fear isn't the problem. Fear is going to happen. It's a natural emotion here to protect us. The problem is avoiding fear. Can you move forward knowing it might be uncomfortable, knowing it might be embarrassing, knowing you might quote unquote fail? And instead of asking, what if it doesn't work? Ask this instead: what if I let love lead, not fear? Love wants you healthy. Love wants you growing your business. Love wants you repairing that relationship. Love wants you evolving. Fear wants safety. Love wants expansion. And love always wins if you let it in. Now, let's zoom out for a moment. So many of us treat life like a destination problem. We fixate on the goal and where we want to end up. We orient everything toward the outcome. And that makes life brittle, because when we hit the goal, we just realize often that it wasn't the end. And when we miss the goal, we decide we failed. But what if the destination isn't the point? What if it's just a direction? It's a compass, it's not a finish line. When you live that way, you relax into uncertainty. Feels good. You loosen your grip on outcomes. You stop tying your worth to results. This is what I mean by living in neutrality. So, the most grounded, successful people I know, they can observe themselves inside the experience. They're self analyzing. They feel the emotion fully. They don't suppress it. They feel the fear. They don't push it aside. But they recognize this is an emotion I'm experiencing. It is not who I am. That awareness creates choice, and that's power. Which brings me to this idea I love. Don't set goals, set standards. Goals come and go. Standards stay. A goal says, I'll do this until I get there. A standard says, this is who I am now. Standards don't depend on motivation. They depend on identity. So instead of asking, what do I want to achieve this year? Ask, What kind of person do I refuse not to be anymore? And then act accordingly. Not in January, unless you're listening to this in January, but do it right now. Because the moment you decide, that is when everything changes. Thanks for joining me on this journey today. I'm Michael Coxen, and this is The Mindful Agent. Join me next time as we continue to explore the intersection of real estate, health, and mindfulness. Looking to grow your real estate career? At Magenta Real Estate, we put you first. Our entire business is built around your well-being and your success. With 100% commission, powerful marketing tools, and a supportive community that truly cares. Success starts within. Visit joinmagenta.realestate today.